Who wants to do the intro sequence to get everyone hyped up?
Sure, that's you, Jack.
Yeah, surely that's you, mate.
Right, all right, let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hype Train, your number one source of alternative finance news and coverage. Today, we're coming at you live with a brand new format. We're on video. We're going to be running you through all the latest in the hype finance news from this week. So let's take it away. Pechi, what's happened to Appen? You were pretty big on these guys, and things are really not looking good for them.
I actually didn't hold any Appen, but yeah, look, they've taken a bit of a tumble in the last couple of days.
And I remember you telling me to buy some of these guys. You said they were looking good, and I'm glad that I didn't listen to you. What's happened to them?
I think I was going to buy at 30 as well. That was my target price. So lucky I didn't pull the trigger. But yeah, hopefully this is the bottom. Let's hope.
Yeah, look, I mean, on the surface level, if you've just got, AI emerging everywhere, people need these data sets labeled. On the surface, it looks like it's a pretty good pick and shovel play for sort of building these advanced analytics solutions. But yeah, look, fuck.
The market disagrees. The market disagrees. Down 70% since August. What's behind this one?
There hasn't been too much bad news coming from it. It's just declining growth. And basically the full, like yesterday or this week, it's mainly just been due to a conference where stuff's been said that's already been known to the public. So I'm unsure why they've had a massive dip. But obviously on Friday yesterday, they recovered a little bit, which is obviously a good sign. But yeah, hopefully it is the bottom for the investors, but we'll see.
Looks like it was just a bit overhyped, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, they did get a speeding ticket from the ASX, like that price query to explain why it dropped so suddenly.
Speeding ticket, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, to be fair.
Falling to the ground, dude.
I hate to see it happen. All right, Luke, take us through some of the top headlines from this week. What's been happening out there?
Thanks, Jack. So Stockhead recently published an article giving us a little bit of analysis about Dogecoin. So obviously you've heard about it. It's been in the news. It's absolutely skyrocketed the past couple of weeks, couple of months. But some interesting points from this article. So the biggest wallet of Dogecoin is 36 billion Dogecoins, which has come out to be 28% of the whole supply. And I've done a calculation to make this wallet appear to be $28.5 billion worth, which is absolutely ludicrous. So you'd be a very lucky man to hold that. But yeah, another pretty interesting facts from this little article. Nearly half the supply is owned by just 13 wallets. So yeah, again, pretty interesting stuff there. I don't know if you boys have any comments on Doge and how it's traveling, but yeah, crazy stuff.
Pretty concerning news for all the Doge holders, in my opinion. This one, if these boys decided to move the market with half the supply and 100 accounts, it's a pretty precarious position to be in.
Yeah. I think you got to be careful with this though, because like it could well be the case that these are inactive wallets that haven't moved in quite some time, or are just like exchange wallets. So you could have Robinhood potentially owning like the 38% wallet, for example, and that actually accounts for all the Robinhood users.
Robinhood's been on a bit of a downward spiral in terms of their public image. Would this be good news or bad news for them, do you reckon, if it came out they were in control of almost half the supply of Dogecoin?
I'd probably say it's good news for them.
Look, I think what we all need to know is, are we getting to $1? Is Dogecoin going to make it to $1 a coin? How much momentum is left in this?
It's all just on Elon Musk's hands, isn't it? Whatever he says goes, really.
What are your thoughts, James? Are we gonna make it to $1?
I think we will. But again, like, this is not financial advice. I think we'll see it go to $1 purely through Musk's like pumping and like mainstream media coverage. Whether it will sit at $1, I have some doubts, but you never know. We might be in that one in a million simulation where Dogecoin becomes the universal currency.
Perhaps in the future we'll all be buying our houses with Dogecoin.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Luke. What's happened to Nearmap? They've found themselves in some hot water.
Yeah, look, not good. So the AFR and the market, Sydney Morning Herald, posted a couple of articles about their alleged patent infringement. So there's a few US companies which have come out and said Nearmap have somewhat stolen some of their like functions and stuff. So this has seen the shares crash more than 23% during the week, which was I think the second or first largest fall on Thursday on the ASX 200, which is crazy stuff. So they're basically a satellite company which shoots images in Australia and all over the world. So they basically keep up-to-date images, and some companies in the US are staying. Basically, they're commencing legal action to say they're infringing their patent rights, which is not good. I don't know if you boys have any other thoughts on it, but
look, what doesn't make sense to me is that Nearmap is not a new company. They've been around for a while. So what's taken these US companies so long to decide that now's the time to call them out for infringing on their patents? Like, what's driving this? What's happening? Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't, does it? I think maybe it's got to do with how big Nearmap have become, and a bit of envy from these other companies that they haven't, got in earlier and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously these big US companies, they've got millions of dollars to spend on lawsuits and stuff, and they've just, come out and try to take some of the fame away from this little Australian company. But yeah, it seems a bit ludicrous to me. But yeah, we'll see what develops from it. But
patent infringement, that could be the end of them if these guys win the lawsuits, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Which is why the market's reacted this way. So we'll obviously see in the coming months what comes out of it, but my hopes aren't too high for them, to be fair. But
mate, and Afterpay is in the news again, Luke. These guys just are a headline machine. What's happened to them now?
Yeah, that's it. So not much has happened with their business. It's mainly just the news of them going below $100 stock price this week. So that's the first time this calendar year they've gone under. And like I said, it's not really off any bad news or any, bloody lawsuits or anything. It's just, I think just the US tech stocks have taken a bit of a dive recently. And obviously Afterpay is, I'm not going to say the largest tech stock in Australia, but it's definitely up there. And they've just followed, as well as Appen. They've both just absolutely skydived down. So obviously a lot of analysts have put in their 2 cents worth in, considering it is below $100, and it might become a buy option for some of these big investment firms. But like I'm looking at the graph now, they're currently 40% below their all-time high, which is pretty crazy to think what they were at. But I know a few boys are looking to buy now that it's below 100. But yeah, looks pretty tasty to me.
Could be time to top up. We've seen them go to ludicrous valuations off the back of not much. But it could just be that the market's realizing that they don't really actually make any money. So
it's all about growth.
That's it.
Well, their growth doesn't seem to be slowing down too much anytime soon with their US expansion. So maybe this is a good entry point. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those ones where I wouldn't be surprised if it sort of, went back down to like 50, but then also I wouldn't be surprised if it went up to like 150. So
you should get hired by Morgan Stanley.
So that's basically the rundown for the week. Pretty exciting stuff, to be fair. Not good if you're an Appen or Afterpay holder, but
all right, they're just on sale. Get in now.
That's the cheapest chips. Buy in.
Okay, so this week in Up to Speed, we're going over an Australian beverages and supplements company, Food Revolution Group. Shattuck, tell us what it's about.
Look, a bit of an interesting one, a little bit wacky, a little bit of their fingers in too many pies, but Food Revolution, started out with the baseline company that you've probably seen in supermarkets, the Original Juice brand. Quite a popular brand of orange juice. I'm sure you've all agree that's quite tasty and delicious. And that's the core of their business. It's been growing quite impressively, in fact, with like over 20% growth rate. And the typical orange juice market growing at only 3%. So really exceeding expectations in terms of their juice. But they've recently started diversifying into a few other industries that are somewhat eyebrow raising. They've started doing these wellness shots, which is predominantly Asian market thing, where kind of like your multivitamins and that sort of thing, but in like a liquid form with lots of fruits and strange other herbs and stuff in there. To be honest, I've never really seen these. I don't know much about them, but apparently they're very popular in Asia. And then more recently, they've started doing collagen skincare, which they're aiming to take into the Chinese market. And that's been their big focus recently. So a few different products there. I mean, I sort of see the tie between the orange juice and the wellness shots, but the collagen skincare seems a little off brand for them. And it does make me wonder how they're planning to juggle all these different market segments that sort of don't really have too much to do with each other. What did you guys think of this one?
The concern you raised about sort of like, what do they focus on? It's quite valid here. Like, it's interesting to see the skincare orange juice combination going on.
Seems to me that they're just chasing the money bags without sort of a particularly strong preference for synergies there between their existing capabilities.
The wellness shots, though, that said, you can see how that could go hand in hand with Original Juice, with the Original Juice company that they own.
There is definitely some things that are looking good. However, take a look at their balance sheet. They got a lot of debt, and it's actually exceeding their current assets, which is not one that we have seen really in the stocks that we've been looking at. It's the first time I've seen that they've got a potential serious debt problem there. They did recently get $3 million of investment to go after this skincare stuff, but looking at the numbers here, $8 million of assets against $17 million of short-term liabilities. Doesn't quite add up to me. Is that something that you guys would think is concerning?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't seen a company like that in a while, to be fair. I think they're just clutching at straws here, just trying to make something out of nothing, to be fair. But yeah, that current ratio is it's not great, is it, boys? Not great.
You'd be expecting some big results from this Chinese skincare products pretty quickly to turn this around, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly right. I wouldn't know many banks would want to lend to this type of firm, considering how much debt they've already got. And if this new business venture doesn't work out, who knows?
$28 million market too, quite speculative.
28 million, that's super speculative. Though it is hard to dismiss a company that owns Original Juice, founded in 1988, and is it's a very established drink that a lot of people enjoy day to day.
Yeah, but there's so much competition out there.
Yeah,
people aren't loyal to stuff like that. Be surprised.
Small market cap and massive growth margins. Could these guys be a good takeover target potentially?
Juice owned by Coca-Cola.
I mean,
every other juice company.
Seems plausible. Coca-Cola and Asahi have been on an absolute rampage recently, buying up all the beverage makers. So it doesn't seem out of the question to me that this could be another one on their takeover list.
It's a very valid point that you raise. That could well be sort of the end goal here.
Take care with this one. I wouldn't be jumping into it without doing some more research.
Okay, that wraps up the first ever edition of this new Hype Train format. If you'd like to comment and subscribe below, that would be greatly appreciated. And remember to check out our newsletter, because that's where all this content is actually from.
Twice a week for free, right, Patch? Get it now.
You should definitely get that newsletter. It's really good.
Tell your mates, tell your family, tell your dog.
Tell your grandpa.
Tell your cat.